Hi, welcome to my channel, Lux to O. Today I'll be sharing with you my October fragrance tray, which only has 5 fragrances on it. And no, that's not a lot of fragrances, but the fragrances I filmed for the October sweet treat type of fragrances, which have 3 fragrances on them, will also be on my fragrance tray too. I just used them on a separate video, and the ones I'll be featuring during the month will also be on my tray and added to it as time goes on. Today I wanted to talk to you about the classic fragrances that are on my tray for the month of October, and there are 5 of them. The first one is by Initio Perfumes. This is called Atomic Rose. It is from their Carnal Blend collection, and I will be filming a video that goes into more detail for each fragrance that is on Initio's website that have the Carnal Blends title to them. This one is fall, winter, spring appropriate. It is unisex. It's an oriental floral, and this is a dark rose that would wilt in the heat and high humidity where I live. This one is not appropriate for summer use where I'm at. Perhaps if you live in a little bit cooler summers, then it might be an all year round fragrance for you. As always with Initio, they're very long lasting and have good sillage. This one has a very nice vanilla note in it, and in the dry down it can be a tiny bit powdery. Not powdery, and please don't think this is a powdery scent because it isn't at all. Just on my skin it turns to be just slightly powdery, which I happen to enjoy. Very nice fragrance. It is, I think with my body chemistry it works well once it heats up on my skin and turns into an absolutely wonderful fragrance. And if I had to describe Initio's Atomic Rose in 3 words, I would say it is fascinating, fetching, and fierce. The next fragrance is going to be from Xerjoff, and it's one you've probably heard a lot about, and it is from their Shooting Stars collection, and it is called La Capital. It is a fall, winter, spring unisex scent. It's an oriental aromatic scent. Some of the notes are leather, ginger, strawberry, and peach, which you can't smell. It's got rose and also a bourbon vanilla. These are not all notes that are in this fragrance. There's more. But as with the Xerjoff fragrances that I have tried, not only are the bottles very pretty in my opinion, the presentation is good as well, but also the blending is absolutely great, and this one is a real masterpiece of a fragrance. This has an infinite lasting power on me. It's not a safe blind buy, and if I had to describe Xerjoff's La Capital in 3 words, I would describe it as rich in texture, reliable for its lasting power, and refined in its composition. Lovely scent, and as I mentioned, it's good for fall and spring, also in the winter too. I think it could be overwhelming in the summer. Now this gem of a fragrance is one I ordered in the summer, in the heat of the summer. The notes sounded so fascinating to me, and it is absolutely fantastic. This one is by the Harmonist, and it is called Hypnotizing Fire. This is an absolute must-have for me in my collection. It's a great date night fragrance. It is spicy with pimento berries and cloves, velvety with praline and vanilla, and I have a video soon that will be coming out to feature this fragrance, but also others from the Harmonist. I find that the fragrances are really unique, and I really enjoy this one. My first scent from the Harmonist was about a year and a half ago, and it was Yin Transformation, and I did not really enjoy that. This one I looked up and I found the Hypnotizing Fire, and I found that it had a lot of notes that sounded interesting and that it was spicy, and I love those spicy fragrances. And I say Hypnotizing Fire is the perfect name for this smoldering, sexy, uncommon, beastly fragrance. It's hypnotic to me, and I want to wear it all the time from the moment I got it, even in the summer. But I didn't do that. I didn't want to overwhelm everyone around me. And it is hypnotic, and it will be hypnotizing to those around you because they'll want to come in and take a sniff and get to know the wearer of this very unique fragrance. If I had to choose 3 words for Hypnotizing Fire with this unusual bottle, I would say it's mesmerizing, memorable, and a must-have for me. The next fragrance on my fragrance tray is number 4, and this one is a relatively new one. I think I purchased this back in May or June, and it is from Jusbox, and it is called Sirens and Sailors. This is perfect all year long. It's a unisex scent, oriental floral. The nose on this one is Julian Ruscanet. It's an extrait perfume with a 20% oil concentration. On their website, Jusbox tells us that this fragrance is inspired by the husky, sultry voice of Amy Winehouse, with her husky voice and its warm, sensual notes that go straight to the heart of the melody, similar to the melody that the mermaids would sing and try to lure the sailors to those rocky shores and to their doom. This one does have the top that looks like a 78 RPM. It is kind of a music-themed house. Well, that's what it is, Sirens and Sailors. And it is fresh with bergamot, fruity with peach, floral with osmanthus, boozy with rum absolute and a whiskey accord, and sensual with vanilla, suede, and musk in the base. I didn't think I would like suede as much as I do, and I actually had to try this one a couple of times before I really got to know it, and it's a lovely scent, and it truly is perfect for this time of year. And I kind of like the clean lines of the bottle as well. This is one of those abiding scents that will stay with you all day long. And if I have to say 3 things about this fragrance and use 3 words to describe it, I would say it is intriguing, interesting, and irresistible. This is Sirens and Sailors by Jusbox. The 5th scent that I've put on my October fragrance tray is one by Goldfield and Banks, and I would really like to do a dedicated review on this one. It is a unisex spring, summer, fall scent, and this features the little-known flower from the southern part of Australia, and it's called the Boronia flower, and it blooms for a very short time in Australia's springtime, which takes place in September. And it is an enticing fragrance that has cassis and mandarin in it, as well as Boronia flower, coconut, Italian iris, and other notes that give this an exotic allure. It's a beautiful purple juice. You have this one with the clean, simple lines as well, and what looks like a wooden top. I don't know if it is wooden. I think it actually is, but it's a secure fitting top. It is not magnetic, but I do like the simplicity of it. I found that from Goldfield and Banks, there are several fragrances that I really enjoy. You can tell by the amount that I've used in a relatively short period of time how much I have been enjoying this fragrance. This is a perfect floral for the fall. In here you also have in the middle notes Boronia flower, which is an expensive flower to extract the ingredient from. Also coconut, Italian iris, and mandarin orange that really adds to this whole exotic allure of the fragrance. The base is very warm with sandalwood musk, amber, and vetiver. Interesting notes that I love together. This is, if I had to use 3 words for Southern Bloom, I would say it is enchanting, exotic, and everlasting. This is also rich, refined, and romantic. And I would use these words all to describe this absolutely wonderful fragrance from Goldfield and Banks Southern Bloom. And they do have a lovely website that would tell you more about their products, and you can also order sample sets. Yeah, I believe you can also find those sample sets from places like So Avant-Garde. You can also find samples from Twisted Lily, because I did try this before I purchased it. Absolutely adore it. I've tried several fragrances from Goldfield and Banks, and I love them all. So those are the 5 fragrances that will be on my tray, and those are the basic fragrances that are going to be staying on my tray throughout the month of October, along with the other ones that I'll be adding during the month, which I'll show you in future videos. And thank you so much for joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you. Goodbye.